I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but I really need to get this off my chest and really speak into something that is a massive illusion in the spiritual community. And I'm all about that because it really feels to me that ever since I moved to Sedona, people think I'm just airy fairy because I activate power codes and others, and I mentor New Earth leaders, and I do a lot of really powerful multidimensional shit. Here is the thing: you kind of forget that all of this came from me actually being other aspects of myself earlier from when I was back in the day. And people kind of forget that I actually came from New York City. And then before that, I actually came from the steel town of Pittsburgh, PA. And in between there, I was actually marching down Fifth Avenue many times, my fists in the air, feeling like I was really justified in doing this shit. Here's the thing, what I'm going to say about that. What then happened after all of that marching, after all that activism, after all sticking it to the man? I actually became the man. I had my own corporation and I made shit happen in my life. Because here's the thing: once you wake up to the fact that it's all a freaking matrix, and part of the freaking matrix is the division matrix being obsessing with your identity, with what your gender is, with what your race is, and all of this stuff. Do you realize if you literally Do you realize that if you are a starseed and you say you're a starseed, they do not care if you're black or you're Asian or you're white? They don't even care if you're Andromedan or Syrian or Lyran, because they don't care about that shit. What they care about is actually amplifying light on the planet. And when I say I became the man, I became the woman, the man, the inner masculine, the inner feminine within me, because that is where true unity starts. If you are not taking care of your own inner housekeeping first before blabbing your mouth and opening it into the world and calling it love and light, then there is where the disconnect happens. So the problem here isn't even what's woke, what's not woke, what's right, what's left, what's conservative, what's liberal, what's going on in LA, what's going on in the US, what's going on in the world, because there is a lot going on in the world, and there should be going on a lot of things in the world, because it all needs to fall down. All of the old structures need to fall the fuck down. So all of this division stuff that people are saying that they're identifying with various genders, which is really just an invitation to the dark entities saying that you're going to house them, because that's really what happens when you call yourself they, them. It is not some romantic idea. Believe me, I've been doing this energy work for over 15 years. There is just so much more going on behind the scenes than I just want to express myself fully. And I knew that if I were to shoot a video like this, that I was going to get a lot of people reacting. But that's the problem. When people are reacting, they're not feeling, they're not in their body, they're not thinking, they're not being conscious. And so if you want to go ahead and unfollow me because you don't like what I'm saying, then number one, this is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Number two, thank you for doing yourself and myself a favor, because I am here for those who are truly aligned, who are not stuck in all the division programs. I'm here for those who are truly sick and tired of being sick and tired, who are taking that action, who are really showing up because they're done with the matrix, because they are the exemplification of love and light, not from a place of being a hippy dippy who's not taking any action in their lives, but from someone who is really honoring their sovereignty. So if you are expecting from me that kind of light worker who's soft all the time, who always talks in a very soft voice, who's always very quiet and acquiescing and complying and not pushing any buttons because it would bother you if I did, I ain't your girl. Likewise, if you are looking for someone who's just a hard ass all the time, who's tough, who's going to beat the living love and light out of you, I ain't your girl either. Because here's the thing: we are multidimensional beings. We get to take ownership of who the fuck we are and being truly authentic in your voice. That said, and my clients know this about me, I am going to root for you until the cows come home if you are taking a stand for yourself and for the light, even if it is uncomfortable for you, because not only is that how I do, but that is how you end up expanding. You allow yourself to expand instead of contracting, because it is so much more easier in this day and age to contract contract with everything that's going on, to contract your energy around other people, around specific people, around people you don't agree with, around people who are different from you. And it's not about the division thing. The division thing is just an act of the matrix. Stop playing into the matrix.